All right. Welcome everybody to our Tuesday night. Thank you so much for hopping on. Great to see your faces. I don't know about any of you. We got 9 inches of snow where I live. Anybody get more than that? What's that? 7 inches. Anybody
Feels like 12. Feels
Did
like
you say-
24.
Feels like, yes. Tammy, how much did you end up getting?
It was probably closer to 10, somewhere between 9 and 10. Definitely not 14 like they were
14.
predicting.
Well, sitting on 10 inches right now here in Idaho. Oh my gosh, Ann, we can totally relate. Totally relate. How weird is it that we were looking at a map earlier? Actually, Autumn sent me a text and it was a picture of the United States, and the entire United States is blue except Florida's orange. And it was, what does the text say? It's National I Hate Florida Day because everywhere else is either purple, blue, or yellow, and Florida is orange and hot. So crazy. Is it so weird to see Texas getting snow? Weird. What is going on? I would like to say I'm surprised by any of this, but nothing is really surprising me anymore.
Brody's girlfriend lives down in Huntsville, Texas, and I think they've had the snow and ice, but they also have no power right now.
Yeah.
And so, and their infrastructure, their houses aren't insulated.
Right.
And she's a Michigan girl. She should be kind of used to it, but
No. I know, it's so crazy. I know someone who lives in Texas, pipes burst. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy. Well, anyway, happy February. We are midway through, more than midway through, and we're going to talk about sales tonight. And what are you doing to generate sales? That's been a hot topic lately. I would say lately, like the month of February, because not only are we in COVID, but we are also, a lot of us, in the thick of winter and cold and snow. So we weren't going many places to begin with, and now we're really not going that many places. So what are we doing to generate sales? And that is the topic in question for tonight. So before we start, does anybody want to talk about what they're doing to generate their sales? How have you gotten PRV this month before we talk about a couple of the things on our list tonight? What have you done to get PRV this month? Or do you want me to save that question for after we go?
I've been posting on Facebook quite a bit and doing live, sorry, the cat wants to be in the middle of this. And doing a lot of live videos. I know that a lot of people have a hard time with live video. So, and I used to, believe it or not, I talk a lot. My name was given to me probably for a reason, Kathy, Chatty Kathy. And I never used to like to be on live videos, but now that's all I do. And once you do them, you get more comfortable and people really get a feel for who you are. And when they like, know, and trust you, they will buy from you.
And is it converting to sales?
Yes.
That's good.
Period.
That is one of our talking points tonight, is using social media. What's another way that you have generated? How are you generating PRV this month? Mary Jane.
I'm doing the old-fashioned book parties. Give out your scents with the catalogs and the testers, get them back in a week, put the order in, get them out to the next person.
And who are you giving them to?
Customers that do it all the time. Just repeat customers, just follow up with them, about every 3 months, they might do a book party.
Yep. Well, that's one of the main themes, is getting fragrance under noses. Getting fragrance under noses. That's especially important for newer consultants that don't have as many repeat customers or don't have as large of a customer base as of yet. Getting the fragrance under noses is really important. Well, how do you do that during these crazy times? That's what we want to talk about. Jody, you raise your hand.
I just, back in the spring, I was at such a slump, like I had nothing. So I started doing the Facebook parties and just really working hard at tweaking each one, what I, how they were working for me, and it worked. I mean, I met new people, new customers, new teammates, and then fall season hit and I got in a slump. I was just mentally, physically drained. So I kind of took a step back. I mean, I still had my sales, but I just took a step back from parties. And then finally I'm like, nope, I got to get back into it again. So that's what I've done this month. I started it last month, but I mean, I've got, like 2,000 PRV, and it's just because I've been doing the parties. I've been asking my customers, will you please have a party for me?
Yeah.
So
Asking.
Yeah.
Asking. Yes. Especially with Facebook parties and with the way that we're socially distancing with our parties, mostly because they're virtual. They're easier for the consultant. They're easier for the customer. They're easier for the guests. They're easier for the hosts. And so by asking and just saying, hey, it's super easy and you're going to get free and half price products if we can hit at least $200 in sales. What else? Tammy, tell us an idea on how to generate sales.
So one of the ways is basically, like we've been talking about, is getting your information out there. And so one, I would have a good packet that you're going to carry with you wherever you go. And so I know in COVID times, a lot of the excuses are, well, I'm not exposed to that many people, I'm not going anywhere. Well, you're going places, whether it's the bank, the dentist, the grocery store, wherever. You have to capitalize on the places that you are going. And if you have those packets made up, that actually, a catalog and something about hosting a party in there, hit all of the right things in the package that you're giving out. And a nice way to switch it is use that psychology against them. If you're afraid to ask or to hand a catalog to somebody, pretend like you're not giving it to them and basically just say, hey, I'm a new consultant. I'm trying to get my name out. I'm trying to get some parties booked. Could you share this with anybody that you know that would like Scentsy? It's a lot easier. It's not as intimidating when you're not asking them. Reality is when you're handing it, they're probably going to look at it. But it actually takes that fear of actually putting it into the hands of somebody else. So that's one way, is make it a goal of, 3 to 5 people per day. When you're heading out the door, you have the packages available and you're going to find an opportunity to share this with them. And that's all you need to do is, hey, trying to, get more parties or get my name out there. Could you please share this with anybody that you think would like Scentsy? Another way is on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of people do not take advantage of using Facebook Marketplace. And there's a lot of ways that you can advertise on Facebook Marketplace that are in compliance. You can post a picture of a warmer and the actual price for the catalog. If you're actually posting the price of the catalog, it's all within compliance. So take a picture of the warmer that you have in your house and advertise the price and put your information out there. Advertise that you want to get catalogs out to people if they're interested in getting the new Scentsy catalog, to message you with their address so you can get one in their hands, as well as the samples. Because once you get those samples to them, many people are going to buy. And like we had talked about earlier, it doesn't need to be a full catalog. It could simply be the scratch and sniff form that we've put out there. Doesn't take lots to mail. And a lot of people will take advantage when they get those smells under their nose. So those are just a couple ways if you don't have existing customers already. If you already have existing customers and you've been doing it for a while, don't forget to reach back to your customers and remind them of the scents that were their favorites have come back into the catalog. So I have a customer who likes French lavender. I have a customer who likes Paradise Punch. Let them know that they're back, because you want to remind them, hey, I know this is one of your favorites. It's back in the catalog. Let me know if I can place an order for you. So those are just a couple of ways that come to mind. We did talk about what happens if nobody wants to take something, whether you're afraid of actually handing out to somebody because of COVID, or they're afraid of taking a sample from you? Be prepared. Have a snapshot of your business card, have your catalog, the URL of your catalog available, and ask them if you can text it to them. You can still get it into their hands by texting them and not actually having to physically hand something to them. So just a couple of ways to get some orders.
And what I love too is this, and I can't say enough about the scratch and sniff stickers in the sheet. This, I mean, this is not it, but where did I put them? Pretend that this is the scratch and sniff sheet with the 10 new fragrances, and on the back, the QR code to your catalog. You know that on your PWS, on the bottom of your PWS is the view your catalog link. And so you can copy that link. And I think it's pretty straightforward. So it's not a ton of letters and numbers and crazy jargon. I think it's very, so you could type that here, but you could also have a QR code that links straight to that link for the catalog. But what I love about this is that people can't help themselves when it comes to smelling things. Even think about yourself. Like, I will scratch and sniff a deodorant sticker on, even if I don't plan to buy the deodorant. But if I'm walking through Costco or wherever, now I don't know if they even put them on there because of COVID anymore, but like, even if I don't plan to buy it, people cannot help but scratch and sniff. And so your best bet to getting things in people's hands are something that smells, something that they are intrigued by. Anything with fragrance catches people's attention. So your best bet is to have a bunch of the scratch and sniff stickers, the sheets made up with fragrances. And if you don't have the new, fragrances or new releases, but you have some scratch and sniff stickers from old scent of the month. And if they're current and they're in the current catalog, like many of them are, many of our most recent ones are, then you can use those. Where do you get the stickers? On Scentsy Success. Thanks, Cass. Excuse me. And so even if you have those made up, that is the greatest thing to have in your car. That is you don't have to worry about them melting. You don't have to worry about them freezing. You don't have to worry about being caught Scentsy naked, which means you don't have anything on you to give. And here's what's even better. To take it a step further, you can even say, if you were to give this to somebody, you could say, and can I text you the link to the catalog? Because now you're getting their number into your phone. You have the ability to capture that contact information in a very non-pressury, non-scary way. A lot of times we're afraid to ask people for their contact information, but you give a sheet like this and say, do you want me to text you the catalog? Boom. You can add them to your phone. You can check, you can follow up with them a couple days, 2 days later. And Amber, you have your hand up.
Yeah, so I think it was one of the first world tours that I went to. There was a speaker, and I actually still follow her on Facebook, Dottie Roundtree.
Yeah.
I loved her, like what she preached was just like, it just hit me. And one thing that she had said that still sticks with me to this day is, if you don't have catalogs with you, if you don't carry that stuff, or if you just happen not to have it, she goes, tell them, oh my gosh, I just gave my last catalog away. Let me get your information and I'll get a catalog to you. She goes, that way you have, all of our phones have like little notepads or whatever in them. you can get all their information and you have it there, and then you can actually follow up with them versus just, oh yeah, sure, I have a catalog, here it is, and never knowing the person's name. So that was just something that always stuck with me.
Anytime you're giving anything to anybody, make sure that you have a way to reach back out to them. We are not in the business of giving away things without something in return. It may not convert to a sale, but at least you're gathering information to build customers. What else? Wendy, did you want to talk about just real quick the importance of following up
Sure.
after an order, especially? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
as long as my internet is being appropriate. I like no lie, our first one, it was like 6 times I got booted off.
And now it looks like you're on a waterbed.
No, it's sorry, I don't have my little stand that I normally put it on. So it's sitting on me. So
Mhm.
waterbed?
It did look like it, didn't it? Look, she was like on waves.
Sorry.
It's her cruise ship.
There you go.
All right, go ahead.
You want me to talk now?
Yes.
Oh, well, the importance of following up. Well, because I didn't realize you wanted it right now. Sorry. It's important because we don't know if the customer's order made it to them appropriately. I just had somebody reach out to me that they're more crushed. You know, you need to find that out because that's good customer service. You need to find sense because if there's sense, they might want to rebuy some more, or oh, you might be able to introduce, or if they're having difficulties with something, offer them something else that they might like better. And my internet is.
I'll take over. Thank you.
Thank you.
And an additional, I know we talk about this all the time and we plug it all the time, but if follow-up is not something that you are that proficient at, Scentsy has Amy to help you with that. And if you don't know what Amy is, AMI, search your workstation for AMI. And it is a follow-up program right from your cell phone, links to the workstation, and it will help you with follow-up. And if you have been waiting to pull the trigger on Amy. It is worth it. It is worth it. Andrea, did you want to talk about posting?
Oh, sure. So, you know, if you look in the do's and don'ts that is on our Scentsy page, they give you lots of ideas of things that you can say, some, you know, literally the things you can and cannot say. One of the things that I think is really could be really beneficial to your business and could really pull some people into being excited about placing an order. There's one on here that Scentsy has said, yes, you can post this. You can post that you're doing a giveaway, but it's all very, very much, you know, you have to make sure you say the right words. So what's really great about this is that it specifically says how you can word it. And on this one, it says, hey, guess what? If you want to try out some new scents, but you can't afford to try them all, guess what? I have a solution for the next 6 people to place an order with me. They will get a little goodie bag of the samples with a variety of scents to try. DM me for details. That is something you can put on your page. And that is something that is, I mean, I think, like I say, who doesn't love a giveaway? So, to put something on there that draws people in, look for those do's and don'ts. I'm more than happy to post them on the page because that's going to give you a lot of great ideas and how to, like I say, draw people in.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Julie Higdon, can I interview you really quickly? They're
Sure.
easy questions, I promise.
Okay.
What is your most favorite Scentsy product?
Warmers.
Do you think that's so? Obviously, if it's warmers, then it probably goes with wax too, right?
It does.
And would you say that that's primarily what you sell the most of?
It is.
Do you think it's because you are passionate about that product?
I think it is. Yes.
And what is your go-to fragrance if somebody says, or give me like maybe 2 or 3, what are the go-to fragrances that you would tell somebody if they said, I'm buying a gift for somebody, I don't really know what they like to smell. Can you just pick 3 scents for me?
Vanilla bean buttercream, Luna, and probably Sunkissed citrus.
So what I love, okay, for a couple reasons. One, whatever you love is what you're going to sell the most of. Whatever you have the most experience with, and whichever one, thanks, Jules, whichever product you are able to give great testimonial on, that's what you're going to sell the most of. And in order to make a recommendation on fragrances, you have to know your fragrances. So in order to, my go-to is Luna as well. And isn't it funny because, and that's Debbie raised her hand. You know, you try to pick something, if you have to pick 3 bars for somebody, you try to pick something from, you know, the bakery-ish category, but not too, you know, crazy. And from the fruity, because you typically can't go wrong with fruity. And then Luna is just, I haven't met one person who, in all of the time that Luna's been around, that somebody's like, I don't like Luna. So let me ask Jody Herring, what's your favorite Scentsy product?
The Counter Clean.
Counter Clean. Do you find that you're selling more Counter Clean because you love it?
Yes. Yep.
And do you have a particular fragrance of the Counter Clean that you like?
Well, they don't have it anymore. Amazon Rain. That was my go-to. But like Go-Go Mango.
When Amazon Rain was your go-to, is that what you were selling the most
I have
of?
now, but nobody else can get it. So I use
What?
like the Scentsy Fresh, and because they don't sell it in the counter cleaner anymore.
But when they did sell Amazon Rain in the Counter
Yeah.
Clean, did you find that that's what you were selling? That's the fragrance that you were selling a lot of Counter Clean?
Yeah.
Because you were
Go-Go
making the
Mango.
recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And same question, if somebody said, I need a gift, pick 3 fragrances for me to go with this warmer, what would you recommend?
Well, Luna is one of them. Amazon Rain, and oh shucks, something bakery. I was, Johnny Appleseed or something like that line. Or Squeeze the Day is one of my favorites too.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good neutral.
Yeah.
Julie, back to you for 1 second. What's your favorite of those 3? The 3 that you gave me, are any 3 of those one of your favorites?
Vanilla bean buttercream.
So you see that there's a pattern, right? What you love and what you're passionate about is what you promote to others. So of course you're going to give one of your favorite fragrances. Julie gives vanilla bean buttercream. Jody gives Amazon Rain. But in order to do this, you have to be familiar with your products. How many of you feel, okay, let me do this. How many of you sell a ton of laundry? Okay, how many of you sell a good amount of laundry products? Okay. Is it because you don't feel comfortable giving that much of a testimonial on the laundry? Cindy saying, yeah. Are you using the laundry?
I tried it when I first joined, and I forgot which scent it was I used, but it was too, like on my clothes, it was just too much in my face.
Yeah.
And I didn't understand how to use it all, because I'm like, okay, so what goes where, and when do I use this, and do I have to start it with this and add this, or what? And I've just haven't taken the time to learn how to use all the products.
Yeah. So how much laundry do you sell?
Not much. I have 2 girls, one of their sisters, and one of them more so than the other will buy the washer whiffs and the dryer discs, and that's what they usually order.
But you proved my point.
Mm-hmm.
So I want you to see a pattern. How many of you use a Scentsy diffuser? Just be honest. You use a Scentsy diffuser. Okay. So let me give you this scenario. So I used the premium diffuser when those started coming out. I think they're beautiful. I used it, but I wasn't a huge, I didn't promote it very much. Yeah, we had the diffuser. If anybody, if somebody wanted a diffuser, we had one to recommend. But when the deluxe diffuser came out, and now I am getting 2 nights in my kids' rooms without having to fill the reservoir and without having to put more oil in, and I'm very comfortable with how it works. And my daughter loves blue in her room, and Harrison wants green in his room, and like, I have sold deluxe diffusers because now I have an actual, for lack of a better word, intimate experience or a more personal experience with that diffuser. And so now I've sold way more deluxe diffusers than I've sold premium diffusers. So, Janie.
Okay, with that, I use mine every single day, and a lot of times I just use it for water. I'm having a hard time with mine right now. It seems like it's clogged.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what's going on with that, or
have you cleaned it?
I've wiped it out with paper towel.
Okay, so the little tiny circle in the middle of the diffuser.
Yeah.
Use a Q-tip to clean that, and then diffuse part water, part vinegar.
Oh, okay.
And diffuse it until it's empty.
Yes. And have you found any mold at all in the inside?
No, but that's because we're pretty good about doing our vinegar and water.
Just regular white vinegar?
White vinegar and water, and diffuse it until it runs empty. Yep, you bet. So my point in this little experiment is, with sales, you are going to sell what you use. You're going to sell what you love. And if you don't feel like you're that comfortable with any particular product, then I challenge you to use that product and to get familiar with it. If you feel like not many people are buying warmers from you right now, and your people that buy wax from you have stocked up on their wax, then it's time to explore a new category. It's time to get your wall fan diffuser plugged in with pods and test how long they work so that you can give a testimonial. Because until I started using that wall fan diffuser, or the mini fan diffuser, Cindy, the way you sell products is by giving your feedback, giving your testimonials, being able to tell people, I had plugged Pina Colada Cha-Cha in my downstairs bathroom, and it was on for 8 weeks before I changed the pods. Now, am I proud to tell you that? Not really, because I want you to buy more pods from me. But the reality is, I was able to get 8 weeks of fragrance, and that was continually running in my bathroom. I never turned it off. And in my half bath, I could smell. Do you feel compelled to maybe try Pina Colada Cha-Cha or the wall fan diffuser in a half bath or in a small area just to see if you can get as much time out of yours as I did? If you told me that, then why do you think half the time I run to Amazon to buy things is because somebody gave me a 2-second testimonial on something and told me that I had to have it? When you become excited about something, you become passionate about something, and you believe in something, it is so much easier to sell it. And you're not even really selling it, you're sharing it. So the whole point tonight is to show you that the sales are based on you. That's why in the graphic it says, nothing happens if nothing happens. I was talking to a consultant this week, and she said to me, my PRV is down. I don't really have many sales coming in. Must just be a slow month, and all my people have Scentsy. And I said, what are you doing to generate any sales? And she said, well, I mean, I'm posting on Facebook, but other than that, I said, nothing happens if nothing happens. You have to make it happen. And for consultants that are newer, you have to make it happen a little bit more than me who, if I did nothing, and I might get an online order from a customer who's been buying from me for 10 years. But that's not good enough for me because I aim to sell 2,000 a month. And so I have to make something happen. 2,000 a month doesn't come from nothing. You have to do something, whether it's booking parties to get that fast PRV, or collecting individual orders one by one and turning those into a party for yourself so that you can use the host rewards to get products so that you can test it. Use your host rewards to buy something you wouldn't spend your own money on so that you can try it. If you don't want to spend money on the Laundry Love package, then use host rewards to get the Laundry Love. And if you don't want to, I always tell my customers, anybody that starts with laundry or tries laundry for the first time, I say, do it on your towels first. Because then you're not wearing it and you will get that fresh. I mean, anybody that's used the laundry and used the full cycle fragrance, all of the products, you know that fragrance lasts. That towel holds on to that fragrance. But in order to sell and to share, you have to love it and you have to be excited about it. And you have to know what you're talking about and you have to be able to recommend on the fly. That's why I knew I could call in Jody. I knew I could call in Julie. I could call in Cassie. I could call Tammy. I could call in Mary. I mean, so many of us have been around and it almost becomes second nature. The fragrances come and you pick your new favorites and a new product comes out and can't wait to test it so that I can give a testimonial on it. That's the kind of spark that generates sales. That's the kind of excitement. So I challenge you on a couple things. If you don't have scratch and sniff stickers, purchase some. You get 72 scratch and sniff stickers of one single fragrance for $3. So this pack, $3, there's 72 stickers in it. You buy a couple of these packs of a couple different fragrances and you have scratch and sniffs to make a sheet. Carry those with you everywhere that you go. Challenge yourself to gather information to text people the catalog link from your website. And if nothing else, pick a product that you're not that familiar with and make it your goal to get it and to try it. Cool? All right. I'm gonna say let's round it out and end it for tonight. I think that's a good place to stop, unless anybody, Cindy, wants to say anything.
Sorry about that.
That's okay.
I have a couple questions with Amy for follow-up.
Okay.
Now, am I correct? They still update, like if you put something into Workstation, that information updates to Amy what, daily? Is it? Or thereabouts?
Every 8 hours-ish.
Oh, that recent. Okay.
But remember, if you put something into Amy, it doesn't talk back to the Workstation.
Right. Yeah.
But if you put it in the Workstation, it'll talk to Amy.
Right. Okay. And then, okay, so I've been with Scentsy now 5 years, going on 6 in July, so 5.5. So I have customers that are from one of my first, it was a fundraising event that I did. And one had a party, a couple had orders. And then I've never heard from them again. When I first, just afterwards, I'd followed up a couple of times and then it was like, they never answered me. They were hard to get a hold of. How would you, if you wanted to reach out to those that, you haven't been in touch with for 3 to 5 years, old like that, how would you word that? So
I just wanted to let you know, I know it's been a while since we last since we last spoke or last chatted. I wanted to let you know, I am celebrating my, I would say I want to let you know, I am still with Scentsy. If you need anything or you have any questions, let me know. And here is a link to our new catalog that launched in February.
Okay.
And I would really go on I just wanted to let you know that I am still with Scentsy, and I'm happy to, I'm happy to help you with anything that you might need, or however you want to
Yeah.
word it. Introduce you to the new spring summer fragrances, or keep it very simple and just say, I just wanted to let you know that I'm still with Scentsy, and here's a link to our most recent catalog. If I can, if you have any questions or you need anything, please keep
And
me in mind.
And maybe even mention that we've got new product lines since we last chatted.
Yeah, since we last, and I wouldn't make it long.
Right.
I would keep it something, something they can read very quickly.
Mm-hmm. Would you then try to follow up maybe in maybe 3 weeks if you don't hear from them?
Or just keep
Like one
them
more time?
keep them on a rotation of, yes, I would even say 2 weeks is fine, but have a reason to reach out. So just say, hey, wanted to let you know XYZ just came out. Whatever, pick something, or send a link and say, Scentsy just put brand new products on clearance, and send the link to the clearance section.
Okay.
And you can always go off the sense of urgency. Like, Scentsy just loaded a ton of products make sure that there's a ton of products in the clearance section before you say that. But you know what I mean? There's always a way for you to skirt around why you're actually reaching out by just,
After
making
5 years.
Yeah. But you know what? There are many times, and Janie, I see you. There are many times where I will look at, because I don't ever delete any text messages. And so I'll get a text from somebody and I got it recently, where she said, are you still selling Scentsy? And my last text to her had been about the Monster. Remember when we had that Monster Monday flash sale?
Oh God, yes.
That was my, before the queue. That was my last text to her. And so I had when I scrolled up, she had never responded to any of my Scentsy things, but then she used that text to reach out to me. So until somebody tells you to stop, you just do what you want to do.
Okay.
That's my philosophy. Janie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
So with Amy, they populate that message for you, Cindy, and it's really nice. Hey, it's been a while. I just checking in to see. It's very generic. And when I send that out, I have literally sent it out, and I can scroll back and see they haven't done a thing. 2 years. And then all of a sudden, bang, they'll order something. And it's at least, if you're in their face, they can't lose you. So, and I've had 2 people say, I'm good. I don't do Scentsy anymore, or my daughter's sell whatever. I say, okay, keep my information in case you ever need me. I will remove you. And I do.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I just don't want it to sound too canned. I want it to sound more personal.
And I like for you,
Amy.
I like for you, since it's been this long since you've reached out, I like you saying, I just wanted to let you know I am still with Scentsy. I like that. I want to respond really quick. I think it was Tina that just put something in the chat about the laundry. I'm hesitant to use the laundry because of my allergies to fragrance in laundry. Here is my thing. Is there a way for you to use the laundry to wash one washcloth or something to see if, and forgive me, I don't have allergies, so forgive me. I don't know how bad the allergies are, but would you be able to use something? My point is, so that you're able to say to somebody, and my skin is very sensitive, and I used clothesline and I did not have a reaction. So coming at it from a standpoint of, I'm not telling you wash all of your clothes in something that you might be allergic to, but maybe trying something so that you're able to give that testimonial to where if somebody raises that, Megan says, I have very sensitive skin and have no problem with our laundry. No, and of course, and thank you, Megan. Of course, everybody's different and your level of comfort with testing things when it comes to allergies is different. But the way that you're able to feel comfortable about the laundry is by being able to say, you know what, I have sensitive skin. I do have allergies. And I have found that this fragrance and this fragrance I don't have any problems with. I have super sensitive skin and I use laundry on towels and blankets with, it's in the chat. No problems. Awesome. Cool. Anybody? Thanks for spending your Tuesday evening with me. And if you're catching this on the recording, thank you. And hopefully you can join us live one of these times. Thanks, you guys. Have a great night. Hey, let me plug Thursday night shift. I know a few of you that typically get on Tuesday nights. I see you over on shift on Thursday nights. If you're able to, 8 p.m. Eastern time. And it is togetherwescent.com/shift. That address, that web address is also on the header of our Facebook page in the Together We Scent graphic. But a lot of good things get shared, not just on the topic that we're covering. When you get a bunch of different people and personalities together, you never know what you're going to pick up on. Cassie is nodding that yes. And so I know that hopping on a Zoom 2 nights a week is a big commitment. I appreciate that you even get on one. I love that you're here with me on Tuesday nights. But I have to plug it because if I'm there on Thursdays, I'd love to see you there on Thursdays. Cool.
Is that one recorded as well?
It is. And it is on every one of these Zooms on Tuesdays, and every one of the Thursday shifts are on our team YouTube channel. That address is also in the header of our Facebook page, that graphic, but it is togetherwescent.com/YouTube.
Because I know Accelerated Leadership is going to be on Thursdays at 8.
It is, and that will interfere. But listen, like I told Robin Martin, by all means, miss shift to be in Accelerated Leadership. 1,000,000%. And I'm proud of you. Cool. All right, you guys, you make me love what I do. Have a good night.
You make us love what we do.
You're so cute.